Hey, this is Ryan from Competitive Cyclist. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to rebuild a Crank Brothers Candy pedal with their $16 rebuild kit. First, obviously remove the pedal from the bike. The first step is to take a wide flat screwdriver and remove the spindle cover, or spindle nut cover from the end of the pedal. You would remove the cover and perhaps any O-ring that's caught down inside the threads. The next step would be to take an 8mm Allen wrench to hold the spindle in place and then remove the spindle nut with an 8mm socket. Okay. At that point, the pedal body can come free from the spindle. You could remove any seals that were old and worn out at that time. There'll be another seal inside here, inboard of the bushing. Remove that. And at this point we have a bushing on the inboard side of the pedal and a little cartridge bearing on the outboard side of the pedal. Both can be removed with a punch from the other side, or perhaps just a little hooky tool like this I made out of an old spoke. So the bearing comes out of the bore easily enough. And the bushing should come right out. Okay, so these are the 5 key items in addition to the spindle nut. Now we'll just put it back together. You would use assembly lube, some kind of bike specific grease to reinstall the seals and the spindle. I like to use the spindle as a press to push the bushing back into place within the bore in the pedal body. And I use the same thing for the bearing on the outboard side of the pedal. Use the spindle again to press it into the bearing bore. So with some lubrication, we would make sure to install the seal with the chamfered edge against this chamfered inboard side of the spindle. The smaller seal goes with the chamfered edge against the chamfered edge on the spindle step down right inboard of the bushing race. Then the pedal body slides onto the spindle from there. Okay, make sure it moves freely. At this point, the 8mm socket is useful to press the bearing back down into the bore because it might have slipped out in order to get the nut on. You can see you need to have the protrusion of the spindle there through the bearing. And then you can install the spindle nut again with your 8mm socket. Use the 8mm Allen key to hold it so that you can preload the inner race of that cartridge bearing. Okay, at that point, check the play in the pedal. It's as tight as if it were brand new and it spins freely. Now all we've got to do is replace the outer spindle cover with our wide common screwdriver. Snug it into place, and you're done.